I'm Jesse.
And I'm Josh.
And we're going over the hip hinge archetype and ways to improve that. One of our favorite pre-workout, or just maybe you're on a rest day and you want to work on it, is using a band to help distract our femur back in the hip socket. So as we sit, what happens is gravity's pulling our torso down, but our femur is kind of getting pushed forward in the hip socket, and that can cause some issues. We're tighten the hamstring, tighten the posterior hip capsule, tighten the hip flexors. So we want to work on reversing all that. And a good way to do this pre-workout is by putting a band at about hip height and stepping into it in one leg. And then Josh is just going to run forward to create some good stretch on the band. And then this leg behind him for support, turning the foot straight so hips are squared up straight ahead. This leg bent. With this leg bent, he's going to hinge forward until he starts to feel a stretch in his hamstrings. Then he's going to start to straighten this leg out. And then we can do some pulses here in order to increase our range of motion and kind of get some length in our posterior chain. And while we're doing this, the band is helping to pull our femur into the back of the hip socket. So we're going to feel a really good stretch at the attachment point of the hamstring into the glutes, which is kind of a hard place to stretch. But this banded distraction helps us to stretch that specifically. So you might do 90 seconds of pulses, just pulsing that leg, and then 90 seconds the other side, and you might be good to go.
And guys, the positioning for this is the same as the founder sequence that we went over a little while ago. If you haven't seen the video where we go over Dr. Eric Goodman's foundation training, go watch that, because that hip hinge into that lunge is the exact same positioning as the founder sequence. Better fitness for life.
Boom.